Welcome, race fans, to the New Moon Racing League Daytona 500. This is stage 3. We are underway, mid-race, and I do apologize. I am a little under the weather, but I will give you flag-to-flag coverage the best I can here with about just less than 40 laps to go. '24 car taking the lead after an early couple of cautions to start this stage 3. One car already in the wall. A couple of cars already in the back of the pack, spinning. We stay green. And the 24 and 95 working together, that inside line beginning to advance. Side by side, third place on back. Today's NASCAR Heat 3 racing package, we are riding along with the 22 of Joey Logano right now. In-car coverage and commentation also provided by the 18 of Kyle Busch. Ooh, you see a little bit of a lag right there. 20 car was involved in that earlier incident that we saw. Oh, trouble right there, the 7. Jonathan spins mid-pack. Back across the track, hard across the wall. McMurray's in it. Multiple cars crashing in turn 1. Caution is out. First car we saw sideways was the 7 car, Danica Patrick, driven by Jonathan, 1997. We often talk about how there's just no place to go here at Daytona and Talladega, these tracks that use the restrictor plate engines. When the leaders have trouble, it becomes everyone's problem at Talladega and Daytona. You saw it right there unfold. I will do my best to mention real-life names, but because I just joined this mid-race, ooh, excuse me, I'm going by real drivers and their numbers. Green flag about to be back in the air. The 24 car and the 95 working together. Now apart, the 95 car dives down below in front of the 48. And now they're side by side for third place. And the 2 car breakaway up front. '88 car we're riding along with. Ooh, contact you saw right there to the side. Ooh, 1 car and the 2 making contact. 88 below the yellow line, losing a ton of momentum. And just like that, single file, the front 8, now 10 cars are. Looking a lot, ooh, a flip by the 3 of Austin Dillon, way in the back of the pack. We're riding along with the 88. Outside line, trying to get some momentum up there. 3 cars working together. I think that was the 19 and the 18, teammates from Joe Gibbs Racing. But you see how one person messes up, and that can really break that outside line momentum, and you see how it dissipated. Now they all have to regroup and try again. '24 car driven by Ron Racing. Up front, in front of the 95. That is Busby 726. They are working very well together here. In front of Jose in the 48. 22, a Ghost Whisperer, also inside the top 5. Rounding out is the 42, Larson. That is driven by E-Bulldog. A lot of good names up in this top 5 so far. Give you a lap counter here as they come across the stripe here very, very soon, but we are within 30 laps left. Not enough to go green, so these guys will have to make a green flag pit stop, but still 18 cars started this race. You see it right there, 14-car pack. Well, 13-car pack inside the lead draft. Ooh, a couple of cars involved in a crash behind the pack. And the caution is out. Sorry, I was just looking down to see exactly all the other drivers that were going to be here, and that happened outside my view, but we will have another attempt at a restart. Leaders so far, looking at the 18, I believe electing to stay out here. The back half of the field will pit. Excuse me, looks like those guys did pit. Should see Ron racing. Up front, green flag as they go through the Geico restart zone, the 48 and the 42. Couple of Camaros working together. 42 slides down into the inside lane in front of his teammate, the 1 of McMurray. Oh, contact and into the wall hard. McMurray stacks him up. That was a massive crash heading into turn number 1. That all started there. I think that was just a case of one person getting a good restart, the other person not. I don't know exactly who was behind the 1, but he bumped the 1, or the 1 lost momentum. That stacked up the entire lane, and I mean, there were cars everywhere. 24, Ron Racing involved. The 88 back on the track, just leading this race a couple of laps ago. That definitely began with the 1 car. That was driven by Beaufort, 1972. Along with the 22 Logano for this restart. Logano had some glitching issues earlier. See the 96 DJ Kennington up front, followed by the 19 and the 18. They were working that outside line well earlier before that caution about 2 cycles ago. Now they're up front where this could count most. 22 car Logano needs to be closer, though. That's the only way that's going to work. And with him glitching, going back and forth, that's not going to help those guys up front. Ooh, trouble! Right ahead. 1 car into the wall. Who is that? That is the 19. Suarez. That is driven by All Ordinary. He was on the outside row. He was fighting for a chance to lead this thing. Now he finds himself well in the back of the pack. Caution. This might be a manual caution. I think it is. Oh, who's that spinning? Now the real caution is out with 20 laps to go, so we will restart with 17. This is lap 83 of a 100 event. Wanted to give you guys a lap marker because the way this game gives updates, there are none. 17 laps to go here at Daytona. We'll be right back. Getting set for the restart. Going through the Geico restart zone. The 96 will lead them down into green. Back in the air and 17 laps to go. Nine car getting that outside push. It's the first time we've really seen that outside line hang tough on a restart. That 9 is driven by last place. That's Justin up front. Was battling there with the 96. That was driven by BS, 14 cars. He's up front with the 4 car. Gibby having a good run. Now last place, 24. That's Justin now struggling to hang on to that lead pack. No help on the outside line, and that's something that's going to be a factor these guys were worried about earlier in practice. You didn't want to necessarily restart on that outside row. It just takes forever to get going. And you see the amount of positions he was started on the front row. That restart, he's fallen all the way back to 7th. 15 laps to go at the stripe. Oh, a couple of cars involved. Trouble hard. Into the wall. The 18. Kyle Busch is in it. 24, Ron Racing. Multiple cars are involved. The 88. Man. Little man 3. Hard hit to the outside wall. The good news is this should put everybody within their fuel window. And so these could very well be our final pit stop for this 500. You're just now joining us. This is the New Moon Racing League. We are about 12 laps left in their opening race, the Daytona 500. Green flag back in the air. The 96 and the 4 lead him down. Oh, the 12! Bumped out of line by the 48. Back across the track in contact. He's going to send a number of competitors around. Looking, I don't see, we're throwing a caution. That's not what those guys in the back of the pack wanted to see. Wow, the 48 still struggling. Nope, I do believe now we are under a caution, probably a manual caution right now. I, for one, will be happy when they update the lap counter and give us a real flag status. So a manual caution here. Pit road is open. Any takers? A couple of fakers. Back in the pack, why not? This thing could go into overtime. At the stripe right then was 12 laps to go. So this is lap 88 of a 100 lap feature. Give you an update on the running order right now. The 96 DJ Kennington, that is driven by BS 14 cars. He is the leader. Get back up front, the 95. That is driven by That's driven by Busby. 4 car in 3rd place. Driven by Gibby. You see the 7 is up there as well. That's Jonathan, 1997. And it looks like we're going to take another lap here. We're not doubling up, so. We'll take a quick break right here. Unless the real caution came out, and I don't think that's what happened. It is. A real caution actually came out. Well, we were already under the manual caution. That's going to shuffle the running order, and that takes away the lead from the 96. That really hurts the 96, actually. So that was BS14. He'll have to restart in third. The 95. Green flag, back to the gears they go. Nine laps remaining. Lap 91. Jonathan forces an issue, forces his way in front of the 18, little man. Oh, 19. He's rebounded nicely, but now he's going to lose the position as the 7 car goes underneath. Be right along with the 7 of Jonathan. Try to get cameras up front. 95. Oh, Jonathan! Below the yellow line, back across the track, into the wall. I think we saw the 31. He did. A mistake right now. 8 laps to go is not what you need. Hard! Into the wall goes Daniel Suarez. Again, he had rebounded nicely and now finds himself in the outside wall once more. Busby doing all he can right now to stay ahead of the 4. That's Gibby. A block to the 2. Jerry Engel. 7 is off the track. 42 also into the wall. Things are heating up. Oh, and a big crash mid-pack. You saw it right there. Man, who wasn't involved? The 20, the 88, the 48, the 22, 12. Easier to name the people up front that were not in this one. Right now, your top 5. Busby, Gibby, Lil Man, Jerry, and BS. This is where it's going to be all on the line. I believe we're restarting with 4 laps to go. Interesting enough, the 95, driven by Casey Kane the last time they were at Daytona here at the Coke 0400. Ooh, did not get going. 1 car in the back of the pack as we get set for the restart. 4 laps remaining. Lap 96. Ooh, shoved to the bottom. 12 car. Runs the 7 out of room. Trouble mid-pack. Right in front of the 22. Does he get through? He does not. Upside down goes the 19. All Ordinary's involved. 42. Larson is in it. Big crash and rolling upside down the 3 Austin Dillon on his roof. Well, that did not take long. 48 has retired out of this race. 2 cars in it. The 4 car is in it. The 9 car is in it. The 1. Let's get up front. Man. Just restarted. Here we go. The 95 and the 18. Green flag is back in the air. Sorry, trying to get there as fast as possible to get to the leaders. Already one. Wow, we got a couple of cars all involved. I think that's going to bring out a caution. And it does. I have no idea. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying to get to the inside row, at least follow the leaders, but they are not. It's not giving me who I want. Here's some radio communication on the 18. I don't think he's happy with how the 96 raced him right there. Man, it automatically goes to the 22 for whatever reason. We'll keep an eye on the 18 and the 96. As they both try to get around the 95. Green flag, attempt at a green, white, checkered number 2 underway. Oh, out of line with the 3. Little man gets underneath the 96. Lots of shuffling mid-pack. Trying to get away from the 96. Another crash. That's going to bring out a caution again. Crash mid-pack. Busby doing all that he can right now. 18 was still scored in second, so he'll have to contend with trying to get in front. I saw him in the 96. That is Bisbee working together. Excuse me, BS. And it's Busby, the 95. You're a leader. That is annoying. All right, attempt number 2 will be underway. Busby, Lil Man, BS in the 42, your front 4. This time the 18 car hanging on. Oh, 42 back across the track, hard into the wall. Multiple cars are involved. They're spinning again. Time after time after time. Cautions breed cautions. What certainly looked like a fast-paced race has now been slowed by multiple multi-car crashes heading into turn 1 and 2. Calamity Corner. This will be our 3rd attempt at a green right checkered, and now the question is, if they do not make it all the way up front, we try to follow the leader. There he is. Will the game allow this to go into overtime? Green flag back in the air. Through the grass goes the 3. 95 not getting the help he needs from the 96. Is that planned by the 18? Little man is there. Oh, another crash mid-pack. I think they're staying green. Nope. Our 4th attempt at a green, white, checkered. My, oh my. I've played this game before, and I know sooner or later this thing does go green. And the leaders will eventually make it all the way around. I don't know exactly when that takes place, but that's definitely going on in the minds of these drivers, and perhaps a conversation between them and their crew chiefs right now, knowing that, hey, if a caution does come out, they might not throw the yellow flag until the leader takes the white flag, and then you're definitely going to need to get in front of the next scoring line. The 95. Back in the air is the green flag. 2 laps to settle it at Daytona. 19 is oh. This is it. This is it. You see a big crash behind the leaders. This is not how they wanted this race to end. Oh, we are under caution. This is a record here, folks. In all my time of commentating, I've never had 5 attempts at a green, white checkered. Number 5. Already this race has been extended 10 laps. That's about 10% already of the initial race distance. Fuel has got to be starting to set in, but these guys, we treat it as a 2-to-1 ratio. Under caution, you use about 2 laps, or you can save about 2 laps to 1 lap of green. Oh my goodness. What is going through this guy's mind right now in that 95? Levine Family Racing. What a day it would be for him to go to victory lane. Let's get back up front quickly and bring you it all. Little man has not been able to do anything with the 95, but 95 goes side draft as the car goes through the infield. Oh, he stops! Dead stop! In the back of the pack. Side by side, the leaders are racing. Caution. Again, for the 6th time. It's the race that will not end. My goodness, I thought this was stage 3. Who knew they had a stage 4 here in the 500? I, for one, am tired of always defaulting back to the 22. No offense to the 22, just gotta find myself quickly back up front. That is Ghost Whisperer. Having been in these races here, folks, I know exactly how frustrating it can be to have to constantly be stop and go. That messes with your mind, you know, and also you have to think what would happen on a final restart that you didn't want to have happen. The green flag is back out. In the 95. Man, through the grass already again. I don't know what's so difficult of getting up through the gears. Ooh, contact between the 18 and the 95 right there. That's going to slow the momentum on the outside lane. Busby 726 doing all he can in front of the 7 of Jonathan. Here comes the 12. Matikansky in 3rd place. Oh, off the track. Back across the track. The 18 gets collected. 96 is also involved. They're crashing behind the leaders. NASCAR looking at the flag scan. Going to let these guys race back. This will be the final lap of this long, never-ending race. White flag in the air for the 95. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. 2.5 miles to go. Levine Family Racing trying to get their first win ever in Monster Energy Cup Series history. A new season underway for New Moon Racing League. Can the 95 hold on? Jonathan, 1997, trying to move. Busby needs to stick on that yellow line. Matikansky in that 12 car. Help from his Penske teammate in the 22, Ghost Whisperer. It's not going to be enough. Busby off the corner. He can see the checkered flag from there. Here comes Jonathan. One final push. It's not going to be enough. The 95 Busby is going to win the New Moon 500 at Daytona. A battle to survive. The 95 did not give up, and he'll be rewarded with one of the greatest trophies in all of motorsports. A Daytona 500 victory. What a great way to start the season for Levine Family Racing. That 95 car going to victory lane for the first time in Monster Energy Cup Series history, driven by Busby. Congratulations to that entire organization in the wit and will of that driver right there. He never gave up. Had to survive 6 attempts at a green-white checkered. Then that final shove, an attack by Jonathan on the outside lane. He was able to defend. Matikansky went down below. That could have been his saving grace. That allowed that 95 to victory lane at the World Center of Racing. Well, from all of us here on NASCAR Heat 3, I'm glad you could enjoy, and you stayed with us for our very long, very eventful opening race for New Moon Racing League, the Daytona 500. Next week, I don't know what's on the schedule, but you can bet we will be there bringing it live to you all day long with flag-to-flag coverage next Sunday at this time. From all of us here, NASCAR Heat 3, I'm Alexander Ned. So glad you could join us here today. We'll see you next time.
You broke my heart.